What's up guys, Jason Yee from Train 2.0 here, and in this video we're gonna talk about Rasmus Dahlin's goddamn hip movements.
Höftacklar, men han missar honom inte domaren. Alltid något sånt.
Här är det Dahlin som visar upp sin fina skridskoåkning och skapar den här möjligheten. Rasmus Dahlin gör ett mål!
Damn, he's smooth. When you watch Rasmus Dahlin skate, there are some angles he can get to with his legs so that he can be even more on his edges than a lot of players, and I think this has something to do with his hips. And the key movement is internal rotation. The internal rotation of his hips is the thing that allows him to be most agile on the ice. I don't think we'd say that Rasmus Dahlin is the fastest skater. What I would say is that he's very agile with the puck. He can go left, right, whatever he needs to do in the situation. A lot of coaches think that the pelvis remains still and the foot moves in orientation with the pelvis. Whereas we see with players like McKinnon, Dahlin, McDavid, Barzal, is the foot will actually remain in place and the hips, the pelvis, rotates around that. And because a lot of these movements are occurring through the pelvis, through the hips, he can be shifting weight from one foot to the other, or from the inside to outside edge, much more quickly. There's definitely more degrees of freedom, more relaxation in his hips, knees, ankles than in a lot of players. And I don't mean that in terms of laxicity, I mean that in terms of a motor pattern that he's obviously developed.
He's got fantastic feet work. I mean, when you watch him maneuver his feet into areas where he can take advantage offensively, he is to defensemen what McDavid and Matthews are to centermen and to franchises. They're franchise-defining players, and he's a number one defenseman. He's a clear-cut number one defenseman. As a 17-year-old defenseman, one of the very best players in the Swedish Hockey League.
We can identify his movements and then teach them. We can kind of isolate those movements and then see if we can practice them and start to feel comfortable. Our brains usually learn actually through becoming aware of the movement, and then all of a sudden it just automatically reorganizes, it rewires. So what we aim to do with Train 2.0 is we aim to look at NHLers' movement that we don't see in less elite players, and we aim to just practice them, to isolate that mechanic and see if we can do them and feel comfortable. And if we're getting enough reps in there, we're getting that feeling of comfort, what we'll find is at some point the nervous system is going to self-organize and it's just going to click. Everything will rewire and bang, it just applies itself in a game. And if you're interested in learning a bit more about how to skate downhill like a Rasmus Dahlin or a McDavid or a Barzal, so there's kind of different new technique that I've pulled out of these NHLers after studying their mechanics, and it's something that I teach in a couple courses in Train 2.0. Coach them online so you can access them, and I've designed them to be on ice, off ice, and to fit into whatever you're doing and to really support and help what you're doing. So if you want to check those out, I'll link to those somewhere as well. Thanks for watching Train 2.0.